Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to go ahead and talk about manifestation and give you some affirmations that you can be using in order for you to get all your manifestations. Okay, so I'm actually going to go ahead and pick from my Law of Assumption card deck that I made here. I have like two decks that literally just have like affirmations that I use that I've handwritten, kind of like flashcards. I always love studying with flashcards. Like whenever I was younger and in school, I would make flashcards or make like a Quizlet, and that really helped me like ace all my exams. Like I don't think I've ever gotten less than like a C on a test ever since I started using flashcards. And like I was in a hard major, okay, so it's okay to get a C because it always got curved to an A. But anyways, I digress. Let me go ahead and shuffle the cards to see what you can be affirming in order for you to manifest your goals, dreams, desires, relationship, SP, or anything else. Yeah. Oh, okay. I really like this one. So there are certain words that you should be incorporating in your affirmations. Like, I accept my desires right now. I am receptive to all my desires. I am open to receiving all my desires. For a lot of you, you have been working really hard. You've been manifesting for days, weeks, maybe even months. And if you haven't gotten any movement, now is the time for you to be in a receptive energy. Okay, that is so, so, so important. I really don't think it should take more than a couple months for you to manifest like anything. Okay, I guess it depends, but also not really, because the only limits that we have are the limits in our mind. I don't think manifesting like let's say a six-figure salary is any harder than manifesting seeing like a penny on the ground. It's just our mind that puts these limits. I'm not gonna lie, I was able to manifest a six-figure job like pretty easily, and this was before I even knew about manifestation. But my first job out of college made six figures. Funny enough, I actually didn't even see that many pennies on the ground. That was even rare for whatever reason. But my point is, like, don't succumb to the limits in your mind. Don't think that anything is impossible, because it's really not. And if you have been spending a lot of time manifesting, I think you have to take a really deep look into, yeah, not even necessarily your affirmations, but for a lot of you, like, you'll affirm and then you'll go about your day, you'll hang out with friends, you'll, do whatever you usually do, and you'll start thinking of the old story and you give too much into the 3D. Don't do that, okay? Because I feel like for a lot of you, you cannot let the 3D control you, because that's something you created. You created the 3D. It makes no sense for something that you created to literally have control over you, okay? And I was gonna say it's easier than it sounds, or like it's easier said than done, but that's not true. That's not true. Oh, well, it can be easier than it sounds, yeah. But my point is, it doesn't have to be hard for you to manifest what you want, the person that you want, the salary that you want, okay? You have to tell yourself it is easy. Manifesting love has always been easy for me. I've always been lucky in love. Manifesting the exact amount of money has been extremely easy for me. Don't give in to, anything that anyone else is saying, or the 3D, okay? You are the one that is running the 3D. You're the one that should be saying, no, reality bends to my will. 3D bends to my will. 3D is doing whatever I say it will do, okay? Because the 3D is just a projection of your mind. It's just a projection of your dominant beliefs, okay? And yeah, so the other thing I want to talk about is, it is easy for me to shift or leap to my desired timeline. Okay, you have to start thinking of manifestation from higher levels, higher dimensions, higher levels of consciousness. For a lot of you, if the 3D is unbearable, you have to go into the 4D, the 5D, whatever you want to call it, and rather than observe what you're seeing and don't react to it. Okay, a lot of people on here talk about ignore the 3D, this or that, but it really started making sense when I started reading about parallel realities, quantum jumping, shifting, leaping. I know these are all like buzzwords that can sound a little bit like, scary and like intimidating, but it really doesn't have to be. It literally just means operating from higher dimensions, or like kind of, okay, I know this is getting a little bit woo-woo, but bear with me. The 3D is nothing but the past playing out, right? It's your past dominant thoughts playing out. And yeah, you're experiencing the 3D for what it is right now. But if you were to like, take it a level deeper, notch higher, step further, whatever you want to call it, you'll realize that everything is malleable, okay? Like there's nothing that is like set in stone. You'll realize that like, things can change like immediately. Okay, I mean, first of all, look at the economy. Look how fast things change, especially in January. If you know, you know. Look how fast like the world changed in the last couple years. There's nothing that is set in stone. So if you're triggered by something in the 3D, you don't have to accept it, okay? But a lot of you are spending too much time accepting it. A lot of you are spending too much time victimizing yourself. My inner child this, I got hurt from past relationships. That's why this is playing out. It's okay to do some analysis on why things happen. But something I really wanted to point out here is that if you are into the whole inner child thing, stop operating from that hurt inner child. Okay, I talked about this in another reading, but I literally got a reading done. This was like a while back, but something happened to me and I was like, oh my gosh, this totally triggered my inner child. And the lady, the tarot reader, like she kind of just told me straight up, like, why are you operating from that hurt inner child? You're a grown woman. You're in a higher level of consciousness. Okay, why don't you operate from that? And I was like, oh my gosh, that made things click. And I got my manifestation. I got the exact thing that I was manifesting. I got exactly what I wanted. This was SP related. I also got something else, a cool new opportunity that came my way. This was actually at work, and like someone told me about this amazing opportunity that I got to be part in, and I got a lot of like free stuff from that opportunity, and I also got a lot of like recognition from my higher ups and like just people around me for embarking upon that opportunity, all because I stopped victimizing myself. I stopped telling myself I'm a victim of my reality, because that makes no sense. Like you're creating your reality. Why, like I said, why would you let that control you, right? So it's not even, I guess it is kind of about controlling your thoughts, but it's about not letting your thoughts or the 3D controlling you. It's about being, for lack of a better word, being delusional, okay? It doesn't matter if you don't have the thing that, you want. You have to stay loyal to your end goal, and things will shift. Whoever needs to move will move for you to get what you want, and you have to trust in that. You have to, even if you don't believe in, if you can't like feel your manifestations, or you can't visualize because you have like aphantasia, this, that. First of all, stop putting limits on yourself. I used to say I couldn't visualize. I have like aphantasia, whatever that is. And I was like, no, I don't. I don't need to. I want to visualize. I want to feel things. I want to feel it real. And I started doing that, and visualizing ended up working for me. But scripting always has worked best for me. I feel like, when in doubt, just script. I have videos on how to script, especially, if you want love, relationships, whatever you want to manifest. But yeah, you got to stop victimizing yourself. You got to stop like living from the past, because you are not your past. You're a different person. You're entering a new level of consciousness, like literally every second, every millisecond, and you get to choose what reality you want to step into. Okay, I really like the door analogy that a lot of people have been talking about here. You're literally like one door away from stepping into the reality that you want. In fact, here, try this. I've started doing this, and it's really helped me in my personal life. If there's something that you've been wanting to manifest, every time you walk into an act, like not walk into a door, but like you step through a door, like in the 3D, you're stepping into the bathroom, the closet, your house, whatever. Imagine you're stepping into your desired reality. Say your affirmations in your mind, like, oh, I have my SP, I have my desired job, I have my desired appearance, okay? And you will get there. Like the more you tell your brain that, the more like internal shifts will happen, and you will actually like step into the real reality there. Sorry if that made no sense at all, but definitely try that. It's been helping me. It's been helping me a lot. Every time I just like enter something, even like a hallway or something, like I'm in my desired reality right now. And then like I just like get reminded of all the affirmations that I say. And yeah, the other thing I wanted to say is, if you want to step into your desired reality, you have to find the right key. The key here is self-concept, changing your assumptions about the thing. That's not new information for a lot of you, or maybe if you're new, yeah, just read up about self-concept. Let me just tell you, there are two things you need. Change your self-concept about the thing that you're trying to manifest, and change your assumptions about the person, the thing, society, whatever, okay? And I promise you, you will get everything you want. But that is the key. If you want to step into that reality that you want, all you have to do is open the door. But what's going to open the door? The right key, right? So for a lot of you, if you get triggered or bogged down by circumstances or the 3D, you just have to tell yourself, I'm not accepting this. I want to walk into a different door. I want to walk into like a completely different reality. I remember this like exhibit that I went to in New York City, like the Hall of Mirrors. It was some like illusions museum, and I was like, you know what, like this is making me like this is a cool exhibit and all, but I want to go to another exhibit. And that's how easy it was. I was like, oh my gosh, like, and that just made things click. Sorry if that made no sense at all. Like that museum just kind of like I felt there were a lot of like mirrors, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many different parallel realities. Okay, so my point is that you're not stuck in this. You don't have to accept anything that you don't want. You can choose to walk in a different door any minute, any time. Okay, you can quantum shift, quantum leap right now, because the minute you start affirming for your thing, that change has already occurred in the quantum realm. That's what I mean when I say you have to live in other realms. You have to like not pay attention to the 3D. You just have to, keep affirming until you um, are in your desired reality in the 3D. And you have to stop accepting the 3D and stop putting the 3D on the pedestal. Stop putting time on the pedestal, like, oh, how long is it going to take, this, that. Honestly, I don't think it should take like more than a couple months. I will see people saying things like, oh, I've been trying to manifest my SP for a year. Like, what are you doing? It does not take that long. I've never taken that long to manifest, contact or whatever from a person. And that's because, I actually follow the things that I talk about on this channel. So for a lot of you, you have to stop victimizing yourself, stop living from the past. That's also something that I wanted to talk about. I was watching this video on YouTube about quantum shifting, parallel realities. I forgot the title of the video, but this was from like 2018. This was before like manifestation became like a mainstream thing. Maybe it was mainstream, I don't know. I feel like it blew up during the panoramic during 2020. But she was just talking about how the best way to manifest anything you want is to live in the present moment. Yes, you might have negative memories, trauma, this or that from the past, but do you have it right now? No, you don't. And if you say yes, that means you are living from the past. If you're worried about the future, then you're also not living the present moment. In the present moment, you get to create a new reality, and that is what will dictate your future. But you have to realize that your future is not dictated by your past experiences, and you can break patterns and cycles every time. In fact, stop even saying that, oh, it's a pattern that I always get ghosted, I never get exactly what I want, I always get people that I don't really affirm for, manifest to, like, that end up reflecting the exact things that you want your specific person to do. Money's hard to get. It's hard to make, like, large amounts of money. It's not. It's really, really not. Trust me when I say I've tried and tested this, and something that has helped me so much is just living in the present moment, changing my self-concept. Anytime you get triggered, thank that thing and be like, okay, this is what I need to work on. A third party shows up, be like, oh yeah, well, I clearly need to work on prioritizing myself and seeing myself as the person who's always chosen, committed to, worthy of love and respect. Okay. Same with money. Like, money is easy to make. It's always been easy to make. It doesn't matter if you grew up in poverty. You're not that anymore. If you keep thinking you are, again, you're living from the past. So, like, again, it's all about making new assumptions in the present that's going to dictate your future. And I know a lot of people will probably have so many questions. Well, what if someone is in poverty and they don't have food right now? Well, again, like, that's something that's being reflected from the past. If you were to just tell yourself, no, I have food, I have money, I have my SP, I have everything that I want, you, like, that will end up showing up in your reality. Okay, so again, the only limitations that exist are in our mind. And anything that you don't want, don't accept it. Don't victimize yourself. Okay, step into that higher level of consciousness. You can even say, it's easy for me to step into a higher level of consciousness. It's easy for me to manifest exactly what I want, the way that I want it. I always manifest everything I want, no matter what. Circumstances don't matter. They never have mattered. Okay, 3D is fake. The 3D that you don't want to see is a false reality. Anything that you don't want to see is false. It's fake. Don't give into it. It's like, pretend you're playing a video game. Are you like super attached to it? Like, if you end up losing like Mario Kart or something, no, that's just like a fake reality. That's just literally a screen. And that's exactly what your reality is right now. It is literally a screen. It's literally a projection of your mind. If you don't like it, change the screen, switch the channel. That's like one of the best analogies that I can give right now. Like, when you're scrolling through TV channels, figuring out, what you want to watch. There's something that, you don't like, a show that's on that you don't like, you literally just switch the channel, right? That's exactly what you have to do in the 3D. This also reminds me of the mind control method by Jose Silva, where he talks about envisioning a scene. in order for you to manifest what you want, and kind of like training your brain to only accept what you want, and especially doing it in the alpha state. Okay, you can definitely check that out. I feel like it was a super helpful book, and it just made things really click for me. Again, it's called The Mind Control Method by Jose Silva. And if you have trouble like kind of reacting to the 3D, or not having control over your thoughts, even just practice meditation. Try practicing being in, alpha mode. There's so many resources out there. I know it can almost be a little bit overwhelming, and you're just like, what do I do? But for me, meditation really, really does help. You don't need it to manifest, but for a lot of you, if you have trouble getting your thoughts in order, or you're getting too triggered by the 3D, you keep reacting, definitely do look into that. Definitely do, read up about these things. Read Joe Dispenza books, read up about quantum physics, or just do whatever you have to do. Personally, for me, I feel like the more I read, the more like knowledge I gain, the more things click. Not that, you have to do any of that to manifest, because there are a lot of things that I've manifested like instantly before I even knew about quantum physics. And I know that sounds complicated, like, oh, quantum physics. There's really, really, really like simplified videos on here about quantum physics and how you can use that to manifest. And I think that's perfectly fine. I know a lot of people will be like, oh, this is just mainstream, like, BS, this or that. I don't know. I personally manifested a lot of things by just watching those videos, even look into like cubism. I know Naya, Neyaah. I love her channel. She talks about this a lot. She really breaks down manifestation. But when in doubt, just affirm, persist, and be loyal to your new reality. If I could like break down, everything that I've been saying, it's just do that. If you don't want to read up about the science of manifestation, or neuroscience, although manifestation is literally backed up by science, definitely do just affirm, persist, and like I said, stay loyal to your desired reality. Don't operate from the past. If you are going to operate from the past, only take the positive things from the past with you, okay? Yeah, anyways, let me go ahead and pick some more cards. Wow, that was a really, really long explanation. Yeah. We got, I am the best version of myself. I truly love myself. Just telling yourself, I am the best version of myself. That's going to make people appear as the best version of themselves. You're going to be getting, everything that you want from other people by just giving that to yourself. I'm the best version of myself. I'm so amazing. I'm worthy of commitment. I'm worthy of loyalty. I truly love myself. You want them to be obsessed with you? Say, I'm obsessed with myself. I always value myself. I always prioritize myself. I'm so confident. I'm so magnetic. I am irreplaceable. Anyone would be lucky to be with me, okay? But this one has really helped. In fact, I even saw in a Reddit thread where someone literally said, I am the best version of myself, and they didn't necessarily feel the shift, which means you don't really have to feel anything. And they ended up manifesting people around them to be like much nicer to them, catering to them more, giving them the validation that they wanted. And it's okay to want validation as long as, you're not like basing your entire self-worth. Okay. People like use that word out of context. Like, oh, don't care about external validation, this, that. We're 3D people. We want to see, good things in the 3D, and that's fine. But if you want that, you just got to give that to yourself. Okay. You want like, compliments, good things, compliment yourself. I am worthy of compliments. I am worthy of good things. Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and pick some more cards. Also, something I want to say is that if you're manifesting like commitment or loyalty from your specific person, you got to show up for yourself. You got to be committed to like making this work. You got to be committed to having that high self-concept and having them reflect that. Okay. Be loyal to yourself. Show up for yourself. You're like the most important person. Everyone else, they're just a projection of your mind. They're just other people. You don't have to put them on a pedestal. I get that there's certain people that are special, but always, always, always put yourself first. Okay. You will be fine. You will be fine. Whether you will get your specific person, your desires, but just know that you were fine before you met them, before you had that thing, and you will get exactly what you want. You just have to tell yourself, I always get what I want no matter what. Sometimes when I don't know what to say and I'm just like, what do I even do? I will literally just affirm, I always get what I want no matter what. That will obliterate any sort of circumstances that are in the way. 3P, too much time, they're too stubborn, this or that. I'll have clients that will be like, I want my SP to reach out, but they're too stubborn. Well, you manifested a version of them that's super stubborn and prideful. So there definitely does exist a version where they're not too stubborn, they're not too prideful, they're ready to commit to you right now. Okay. You just have to tell yourself that that's the only version that I'm going to accept. Okay. This is literally, how you change your assumptions about other people. No, they're not too prideful. They're so sweet to me. They're so nice to me. They're so respectful towards me. They love me so much. I'm the only person that they want to be with. They're doing anything they can to be with me because, I know my worth, I know my value, and that's being, reflected back to me. Okay? It really is as easy as that. And the more you tell yourself that, the more your brain will literally like produce proof of that thing happening. I remember Sammy Ingram talked about how your subconscious mind is a proof producing machine. Okay, so trust yourself, trust your manifestation abilities. Also, something I wanted to say is that you can try doing affirmations. Okay, I was going to make a whole video about this, but it totally slipped my mind. But affirmations are basically about or they are saying your affirmations in question form. Why do I always get what I want? Why am I always so loved? Why am I so rich? Why am I always committed to? That way your brain will literally have to like find answers to that, right? And that's a good way of doing self-concept. Like you ask yourself like, oh, why am I girlfriend material? Why am I boyfriend material? And your brain will think of all the positive things that make you that. Like, oh, because I'm kind, caring, I'm loyal, I'm a good person, yeah, why am I so smart, or why am I so qualified for that job? Because I work hard, because I know my stuff, I am intelligent, okay, I'm deserving. So literally that's all you have to do. Okay, ask affirmations. When in doubt, do ask affirmations. That definitely helps. You can even like script ask affirmations. Okay, but the thing is, you have to stay consistent. Stop changing your affirmations so much. Just pick a couple of affirmations that work for you, preferably self-concept. Do more self-concept. That's what worked best for me, and you will get everything you want. I promise you, you will. Even for me, when I was manifesting, SPs, I kind of just like stopped saying their name and I just started doing self-concept, and my brain knew exactly what I wanted. My subconscious mind knew exactly who and what I wanted, and that's exactly what I ended up getting. And it's okay to do specific person or specific desire affirmations, but I will just say self-concept definitely does expedite things. It definitely does help speed the process. So yeah. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the video right here. I do want to let you know that I offer in-depth tarot readings as well as manifestation coaching, and I also custom make Subliminal. So if you are interested in any of these services, check out the description box below where you will find my website, and all those services will be on my website. And yeah, I will see you all next time. Thank you so much for tuning in.